So I wanted to start with kind of one of the more confusing parts, I guess, of the film for me, which was that there was a lot of crawling. Um, can you guys talk about kind of from your perspective, from your characters, what the crawling kind of meant in the film?
I think that there was the crawling like a cat thing started to kind of evolve because my character is moved to Montana. She doesn't know anybody. She doesn't have a community. She's a new mom, and I think she feels like a trapped animal. So it's kind of this like symbolic, like pacing around the cage thing. And I was pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you do feel kind of like you are doing something very like animalistic, and you feel like beastly. And so I think the combination of these things kind of started to evolve. And then when we get to the point where Rob and I are in the grass, it's kind of the first time that we feel like he's like meeting her where she is and seeing her where she is. And so then it kind of becomes this symbolic, like, okay, I'm meeting you here.
Mm. Yeah, and he's also
Beat that, trout sniffer.
trout sniffer.
Is from Home Alone.
Yeah, like they've lost the ability to communicate in a conventional way. I mean, it's kind of, and it's sweet. Like it's funny when Lynn first said, because that scene when we were crawling around the grass wasn't written like that. We were just sitting at the table, and it was Lynn decided in the morning, let's do that, and also do it in a much more impressionistic way, where. I mean, there's so much of the script which could have been so much darker. Like, I mean, it's literally just. I mean, that scene was really a kind of incredibly sad. I actually thought the scene was really moving. That's the way it was written, but it was just so full of like despair, and he's kind of proposing to her out of like a total at a loss of options of what to do. And I think there's so much of that throughout the movie. And it's kind of sweet to say like, just ignore it and like let's just try and relate to each other on a completely animalistic and kind of physical level again, which I think Grace will that's the way she feels fine like reaching to him, because it's like if they try and have a conversation, it is impossible to relate on any level. So like let's just try and bite each other.
Totally.
Yeah, I did feel very
Do you
primal.
have more questions now than you started out with?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Jennifer, because this is your first film as a mother playing a mother, right?
Mhm.
So, what were you kind of able to take from your own experience as you interpreted this character?
You just kind of, I was able to just kind of take the antithesis, you just kind of like take all your knowledge that you have and then just flip it upside down. Like I think having the perspective of the child, I don't know if I would have really had that before becoming a mother. You when you become a parent, you're so aware of the baby's experience, and their how everything is how your everything is affecting their nervous system. And so I think having that knowledge about how much a baby is looking to you for that information, based on how they feel, being able to like flip that and use it for the opposite was heartbreaking, but fulfilling.
Yeah. To me, also one of the most heartbreaking scenes was when after the wedding, when you kind of took the baby, left, and then Jackson comes and finds you, and it kind of seemed like it was almost a moment of clarity for both of your characters. So, what were you guys thinking as actors in that scene when you were playing that scene specifically?
I think that Grace was. I think a lot of her moments are almost like cutting, or like if somebody has like a tick where it's like this like build up, build up, build up, and then when she finally like does it, it's like a relief and a release. And I think when she wasn't getting attention from him, this build up came to a head. Once that itch is scratched, then there's nowhere else to go. It's kind of, you're just faced with the reality. And I think the reality was she was really scared.
Yeah. And it's also even, I think with Jackson, when they're so on two parallel planes, like he's been so enraged by her for so long. And you just think, okay, this has crossed the line. I want to unleash my rage on you. And then the second you see, like, it's like, you don't even know what you're even doing. Like, there's nothing. And it's just kind of, you feel even, I kind of be mad. I feel even more impotent. And it's like, and you just, the cycle kind of keeps renewing where you're like, I love you. I want to help you. Like, I don't want to, like, you're not doing something maliciously. And so, yeah, it's just like horrendous. Like, you're like trapped in this kind of doom scroll thing.
Doom scroll. I don't know if that's the
I
right
came up
word.
with I know. Oh, good, you did know what it was. Whatever it's called, a doom cycle.
Doom cycle.
Doom scrolling is doom scrolling on the phone.
Don't get annoyed with me because you said something that didn't make sense.
Well, it's the same thing.
It's not.
It's a made up thing.
Okay.
Last question really quickly, just because I feel like the ending was really, obviously really sad, but really beautiful and could be interpreted a lot of different ways. So can you talk about kind of you guys' interpretation of your characters' endings?
When I was filming the movie, I was pregnant, and so I think I couldn't see it any other way. I saw the fire as kind of like a rebirth and a cleanse, and that the two of them found their way back to each other. After I had my baby, I was like, she kills herself. You?
Interesting, because I was telling you during, I was like, so she's killed herself, and you're like,
And I was like,
no,
no.
not at all.
Nope.
Like when
I thought she killed herself too.
yeah. I thought she killed herself a long time.
Well, I think it was a couple things. I think
before.
one, whether I was aware of it or not aware of it, everything to me on the day was very real because because to Grace, everything was very real. So to me, everything was real. I don't remember consciously making that choice, but I do remember seeing the movie and being like, oh, a lot of it is up for interpretation. I think like maybe that was an illusion, but it was all very real to me. But I also think I was pregnant and I just couldn't face that like happens.
Yeah, I also
So
think
you
that
think she kills herself?
Why, or she's gone off, like, and kind of, she's gone off with somebody else.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I definitely felt that in the car. Like, it's in the scene in the car.
Like
It's
they get
like
back together and live happily ever after.
when he paints the house that color, like it felt
That
very,
color.
It's like that is. It's like, look what I did. I got this dog and
Look how much better my life is.
Painted the
without you.
house yellow.
No, it's
yellow.
like Easter egg blue.
Oh, it's blue. It's
A really bizarre shade of blue.
horrifying. It looked really nice before.